guys, welcome back to the channel. And today I got a story time for you guys. Now this is a story of when I got accused of being a terrorist by my middle school principal. So basically it all started with an ordinary day in middle school. Went to class, went to lunch, school ended, and it all happened in the group chat. So in the group chat, one of my friends, uh, we got in a little fight in the group chat with another friend. We'll just name friend one GH and the other one JJ. So JJ was talking shit behind GH's back. So GH added him to the group chat, and they kind of just started talking shit back and forth. So they kept talking shit back and forth, and things kind of escalated. And after that, it was pretty much back to normal. Well, GH kicked out JJ out of the group chat, and so it was pretty much just the original friends in the group chat. And you know how group chats go, shit gets edgy, and you just say some stupid shit. Now I remember we were planning a sleepover for my birthday, and I don't remember exactly what I said. This shit was like 8 years ago, almost 10. But I think I said something that, oh, we're gonna have fun with the AK. Right now, none of us had an AK. I mean, we're middle schoolers. Where the fuck we're gonna get an AK? But that's just how it went. So I said we're gonna have fun with the AK at the sleepover, and that was that. And then fast forward the next day, GH and JJ met up in the playground. Well, not the playground, but the football field. And one thing led to another, words were exchanged, and they both got into a fight. Well, after the fight happened, they both went to the principal office. The principal, well, we called him Kiwi Head, because his hair was really short and his head pretty much looked like a kiwi. Now, I happened to be in the principal's office with a few other students because our advisory teacher was nowhere to be found. I think she had to go pick up her kid from school or something like that. We just had to wait in the principal's office for whatever reason. And next thing you know it, GH and JJ walk out of the principal's office, and a few seconds, about 30 seconds or so passed, and next thing you know it, I get called to the office. Now, I'm here thinking to myself, I'm probably going to be a witness to the fight, because I was like literally 5 feet away from the fight. And I was in the group chat, so I saw and heard everything that happened. I'm thinking that's what the principal is going to ask me about, right? Is the fight. What happened, what led to the fight. Boy, was I wrong. I walk in, and the first thing he tells me, so you want to be a terrorist, huh, Justin? So I'm just kind of just standing there in shock and awe to what the fuck I just heard. I was like, ain't no way the principal just called me a fucking terrorist, right? So I didn't know what to think. I was thinking of a million things on my head. Am I going to prison? Is this over? Is this it? I'm like, this guy, he thinks I'm the second coming of Osama bin Laden, right? So next thing he tells me is, have a seat right here. So I take a seat right in front of his desk, and he tells me, so what was all that about, bringing an AK to the sleepover? And I'm like, what do you mean bringing an AK to the sleepover? I'm having a sleepover at my house. But then I quickly remembered, oh yeah, the school also happens to be hosting a sleepover. So I'm like, okay, so this is what this is about. So I'm like, you have this all twisted. I'm having a sleepover at my house for my birthday, and it was a joke about how we're gonna have fun with the AK. But you can't get through Kiwi's little fucking head. He thought he was the right one, right? So he's like, I know, I know what you're saying. I know you're lying. You know, he's like, I need you to tell me the truth of what this is all about. And I'm like, that is the truth. You know, I'm having to sleep over at my house. But he is not buying what I'm saying. So I pretty much had to like kind of play dumb and say, oh, you know, I think I might have gone hacked actually. Now I'm thinking in my head, there's no way this is gonna fucking work, right? But he believes it because a few weeks prior, I did actually get hacked. You know, this was the Facebook Messenger group chat, and my Facebook a couple weeks prior to the incident was actually hacked. So I think he actually bought it. But at the same time, I don't think he actually did, because next thing he tells me, he's like, oh, we're gonna call your parents and tell them what's going on. So I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in deep shit right now. So he ends up calling my parents, and I had to tell them everything that's going on. Of course, they were pissed. He also talked to them for a little bit, and then he hung up. And then the next thing he tells me, oh, I'm friends with a cop, so we're gonna have this situation investigated. I'm like, of course you're friends with a cop. Why wouldn't you be? So fast forward, I'd say about, I think it was like the next day, pretty much, or the day after. The police come to my house, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm for sure going to Guantanamo Bay. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And you know, they asked me a few questions, they looked at the chat and everything, and they're like, okay, but this is going to be further investigated. But that's when I find out that my friend, GH, his phone was taken away by the police to investigate the chat further. And it so turns out that the police were investigating everybody in the group chat, pretty much. Well, really just three: me, GH, and another friend, Daidi. So they ended up finding a picture of black tar heroin, which was clearly taken from Google, because it says stock image in the background, right? It's just a all white background that says stock image, but yet they thought he was actually in possession of black tar heroin, so they went to his house to investigate that. So everybody pretty much got investigated, but however, there was one person that I think should have gotten investigated but didn't, and that is JJ, the instigator of all of this in the group chat fight. He had said that he was gonna, I guess, let's just say, do some things to GH, right? I can say exactly what he said, but it was pretty bad, and I think that should have been investigated, but yet it wasn't. So, despite all of that, nobody was arrested or charged with anything, thankfully. I was still kind of in shock a little bit after all of that happened. I mean, I was called a terrorist by my own principal, and yet the next day after all that shit happened, he pretty much acted like nothing has happened. He talked to me like a normal student, and you know, I was happy things were going back to normal. I think I definitely learned my lesson after that entire situation. I mean, that just pretty much was not really traumatizing, but it was just kind of like, damn, that shit really just happened. And yet, nobody was charged and nobody was arrested, so I'd say that's a W. But yeah, that's pretty much all that happened, and yeah, that's enough for this story time. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more story time episodes, and we'll see you in the next one. Laters.
Here's prime time, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. Now a look at the hottest teams in the league. These squads have